Hello, everyone. Oh, thank you so much for being here with me. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for all your comments or all your questions that I needed to do this. I have 19 today, so I won't be taking any more. But if you want a question in for next week, put it, you know what you could do is, no, actually, it's so much easier for me if it goes under the post, because I can just cut and paste all of those into this program here into StreamYard, slide the question over and read on it that way. So I always put that, I always post in the post section on my YouTube page on Saturday or Sunday for the following Thursday. So if you do it that way for me, I just so appreciate it. And so many of you have, and that's why we have the questions here today. So yeah. Hi everyone. Hi Mimi. I saw you, Tish. Hi. And hello to new. Hi Kathleen. I have inspired you to try out tarot. It's such a wonderful form of healing the soul. Although when I read politically, that's not at all how I read personal readings at all. It's just not at all. So go with the books that you're studying, or or maybe some of my really old videos where I've done, way back when. If you go to my oldest videos, there's a huge series of timeless tarot. Or become a member and do the lessons at the top tier level. You get the lessons for all the tarot, like the journey through the soul of the major arcana, and then all the suits, how they interact. And you also get astrology lessons and Kipper and Lenormand. Yeah. So anyway, let me get over here to the questions. And I'm just going to go in order, the way they came in. Cindy Cat Mom, she wants to know if I think the Dems, let's look at that. Will the Dems, I'm going to probably just use the Lenormand because it's easier to get quicker questions or quicker answers to the questions. Could the Dems, let me rephrase it. Will the Democrats take the Senate? Because 33 Senate seats are up for election. Okay, just focusing on the Senate, not the House, but just the Senate. Because every 2 years every 2 years the entire House is up for re-election, because that's all they get. But okay, the Dems, Democrats, blue. How will they do in the Senate? Will they gain a lot of seats in the Senate next election? Right there. This is the number one card for a lot. The other one is the Crossroads. A lot of loyal, maybe people coming back in, the loyalty and the support, right? So this would be a lot of help and support. And the Sun card is yes. And here's the Crossroads card, which is another one of the cards that mean a lot or additional. But this is this is the meaning. This is the card for elections, people making choices. Oh, I'm so happy to see that. We're going to have to wait for it, I think, though, honestly. Okay. So next one, Rita. Will SCOTUS, will they continue to protect Trump? I just had, when I split the deck, this was on one side. That's a no card, but let's keep going. Will SCOTUS, will enough, now we have to go with the majority. Will the majority of SCOTUS members, because I've always seen Clarence Thomas having a major health issue. And Alito, I can't get a feel into that guy. He's so darn slippery. I've just been waiting to see if something happens with him, but okay. SCOTUS. Will SCOTUS continue to protect Trump? Will the majority of SCOTUS members continue to protect Trump? Yes or no? I heard no. This is no. This is a betrayal because things get way too complicated. Maybe some information comes in from overseas, and with information as to Starlink and interference in the election. And then on another level, it could just be that there are complications for one of them and they move on and go beyond the stars, if you know what I mean. Our card for elderly, very elderly people, and that's really important. There's one important person at least that's elderly that is going to probably move on it's one of the men, okay, who's been the trickiest and the most cunning and the most devious. And maybe, with all these cards here, it's very possible that there's one of them that's really connected to Elon Musk, because usually when I have these two cards in the same spread, this is my Leon. Okay. Well, thanks, Rita, for that question. Excellent. All right, Diana. So there's a few of the SCOTUS questions. What is going to happen to SCOTUS under felon 45? What is going to happen? So I'm going to push it out to the midterms, till after the midterms. Because if the Dems if they take the Senate, it's really, really, it's very likely that they'll also take the House. Yeah. So, okay. Where is everyone? Is Linda G live at the same time with me or something? Something's going on. Anyway, I'm so glad that you're here with me. Honestly, whoever's here with me, I'm so happy. Yeah, all right. Tay, you're so funny. Okay. Let's see. Yes, thank you, Catherine. Everyone smash the like, put the thumbs up. It really does help. Hi, Canada proud. Hey. Hey. Remember those guys, the hosers, or I don't know, they crack me up. I can't remember their names. I used to watch them all the time. Yeah, it's Durham. You're right. It's the House of Reprehensibles, isn't it? Okay, but what is going to happen to SCOTUS under 45? Maybe something hidden comes out about financial expenditures. It could even be that there's some new law that's put under, the book card can be literally, well, it's usually examinations and investigations. It's also our card for secrets and something hidden. But with the fish, it's free and it comes out. But it could also be that there's a new law put on the books that has to do with like some kind of financial reform, because the fish is our card for transactions, as our card for money going in and out. Now, this would be the three branches of government. Okay. There's a man who's shining a light on news that has to do with help and loyalties to the institution itself, that is showing the risky behavior in, actually, I think one in this order. So risky behavior to the foreign interests. That's interesting. I still kind of feel like they're going to stay loyal to him, because I think the man has to do with Trump, because that's who we were asking about, right? So it's like Trump is looking towards, well, things being revealed in the news about helpful institutions that are based overseas and his risky behavior. Hi, Becky. And it's possible that it, you know, of course, when the news comes out, it always hits social media. But this card, when it comes to timing, it's my card for around or close to or on a national holiday. So I wonder about that. Something about reputations, and there's proof that there are ties, and the ties, I think, go back to Russia. So, but while Trump, just to narrow this whole thing down, to summarize it, while Trump is there, improvements and changes are pretty much blocked with them, because they're tricky and cunning and conniving and dirty, and they're trying at all expenses to or all intents and purposes, I should say, to align with him. I have read on Medicaid several times. It's alarming to me. I do have another question in there close to it, though, so we'll get to that. Okay. Margot wants to know if the Orange Menace has his parade, how will it go? Yeah, okay, so first I have to say, he's just trying to piggyback off of the Army's. It's something that the Army has had scheduled for a long time. And it's because it's their 250th anniversary of when they were formed. They were formed a year before. They were formed a year before our, independence. So but I'm still going to ask, how's it going to go for Trump? Because June 14th, his birthday, Flag Day, there are so many protests that are, they're lined up. Okay. How will Trump's birthday, his next birthday, how's it going to go for him? The days leading up to, the days after, the day of. I haven't looked at his solar return yet, but he has terrible, terrible health aspects going on. And it just gets worse and worse right there. Something important will come out that is very tricky and wrong. And so it could very well be like brand new and important fraud information or fraud grifting will come to light, will be revealed about him and his family. Both cards here, him and his family, within that whole cycle of that 30 days, so between now and after his birthday. And what it reveals is something that reveals their guilt and what a burden they are on our country and the world, and that he has major ties. He's looking at being sunk. Actually, it goes in this order. He's looking at being sunk because of his goals and grifting. And Melania, she's gone anyway. She's already. He might pay her, she might get another like $250,000 or so just to show up and whatever. But I don't see it looking so good. Let's see what was at the bottom. Yeah, no, he's old. He's old. It's all transactional and abusive, but anyway, it's all going to come to light. To have the key come through, it's like something very, very important. And then to have the sun and the fox about his fraud and grifting, something very, very wrong is going to come out. Like, we'll just add it to everything else. It's so wrong, right? Oh, goodness. Okay. Terry is asking, how will the 100 plus layoffs of the National Security Council staffers affect the Orange Menaces parade and security? The layoffs were reported to have been made at 4 p.m. on Friday, May 23rd. Okay. Wow. So, how will they affect his security? How will they affect his security? I don't know. There's information about him, and again, his goals and his ties to all the fraud and grifting. Again, that'll be revealed. There is some danger in commitment because of finances. I guess is that exactly what the question is about. But there are hidden secret movements on the road. But all in all, it's like, the old fart, he's protected. He's still protected. But it's not going to be easy for him. Because of all those protests, everybody's pissed at him for one reason or another, or all of them. Okay, Vic. Hi, Vic. She's wondering, will AOC run for the Senate the next time a seat opens? AOC, she's going to run for the Senate. Will she run for the Senate next time she can? AOC. No, I don't think she's made a decision. I think she's examining and investigating and looking at all the different angles. I don't know that she's made a decision yet. I don't know. I mean, I've got the mice, which is like that. That's a no. But the combo of these two is really looking deeply at all the details, like to see if she can do it. She definitely has that long-term wisdom and vision of somebody who's so many years older than her, right? And let's see. But she just hasn't decided yet. We're gonna have to wait. We'll have to read on that again. She hasn't decided yet, but she is thinking of change. She's just not sure. She's not sure yet. I wonder if she's gonna. Let me ask this from a different angle. Hold on, because I just got a hit there. Is AOC going to be working on election security? Is that going to be her primary focus? Is she going to be working on election security? She's tight with Bernie. Between the two of them, maybe that's why I had the Lily's card come through too. Maybe that was Bernie. Okay, but I didn't have the man card. Anyway, is she gonna do a lot for election security? Yes, because for her, protection is key. That's the most important thing that's been eating away at her, driving her nuts. And she's already working hard on that. Okay. Oh, and then here's the election card. So I like seeing that. That's right. No matter what she does. she's working on that. Okay, so next question for Vic again. Will any progressive Democrats primary the corporate Democrats running in 2026? If so, more than one or two. Okay, so yes or no about progressive Democrats. Are they going to primary the ones that are just sitting back, not doing anything and exercising all their stock, why? Is that a new law that needs to be put in place? That and like Presidential Powers Act, why that didn't go through before, I don't know why. And how about no more pardons, right? Why in the world would the president be allowed to do that? Okay. Hold on. I got runny nose here. Will any progressive Democrats primary the dark and dirty? Okay. Well, and there's a burden, but then again, this could be the guilt to the corporate Democrats. And this is kind of both of these together. Kind of no, I'm not seeing. But there's some there is a woman that's wanting to put in some new law, right? Create a new bill and try and get it passed. The birds brings in stress between all the three branches of government, the health of Congress itself. New laws are what's at issue. Might just be an issue of timing. I don't know, but the foundation of the next election, it goes went in this order. The foundation of the next election is what's at the heart of the matter and under recovery, so that we've got the goal for a big win without the obstacles and big challenges. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not clear on that one. I mean, that's as good as I can do right now. But we have plenty of time to check on that. Okay. Darla, is it true that at the U.S.-Canadian border, people are asked how they feel about Trump, and if they're not a fan, they're not let in? Okay, is that true? Is it true or false? Yeah, well, I get when they come in, they talk to them, they're checked, right? But this looks like it's no, like there's something. Well, I would say they talk to them and they check their details immensely, but I get no. That's a no. This is a no. Yeah. Okay. That's all I can do there. Let's see. Jeffrey Thompson. How will our New Jersey governor, how will the election go? Okay. And your votes haven't been counted? What? Okay. How will your New Jersey governor's election go? I don't know who you want to win or let's just see. I'm going to frame it into the perspective of how will you feel about how the election went after it's all done. Are you going to get what you want? Because I have no idea who's. I should have stopped and looked that up, and I didn't. Okay. How will it go? How will the New Jersey governor's election go for you, Jeffrey Thompson? Okay. There's movement and a decision between the two, because I know there's 3 clovers here, but that's a number 2 card, and there's usually only 2 on the deck. I have a couple beefs with this deck, but overall I don't. So anyway, movement, transaction, change. That's a clear-cut decision between the two. Something comes full circle, and there's a yes that you're feeling good about. It's complicated. It might be that there are complications with counting all the ballots and everything, but when it's done, I think you're going to get what you want. Oh, they're checking to make sure that everything's secure. The House has to do with that security there. So, okay. All right. We'll just have to wait and see on that one too, of course. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yay. Can you see? Our furloughed, I love their name, are furloughed federal employees forming some kind of resistance organization. Okay. What's going on there? Furloughed federal employees. Are they forming a resistance? Are they organizing and forming a resistance? Oh, yeah, a big one. Oh, yeah. I mean, when it comes to protection cards and movement and working, helpfully working, these are the 2 cards. The bear can bring in money. The dog brings in loyalty and help and support. And they are putting information out there, I think, or maybe trying to get some bills or something passed that are legal, literally legal institutional changes. There's a man that's taking charge, and yes, there will be some kind of a solution against all the abuse and fraud. Leon, right? Elon, Leon, all of that. Maybe they'll reverse it. Maybe they'll turn it around. Okay, so Kate's wondering what the current status between Dump and Putin. Does Putin have compromise on dumping? Absolutely. Absolutely. There are 2 books written by Craig Unger that, lay it all out, called, the first one is, what is it called? I have it right over here. I think it's, here's 3 books. I've probably shown you guys this, and some of you are going to go, oh no, she's doing it again. Dirty Rubles by Greg Olear. It's a small book, easy to read. American Compromise by Craig Unger. Okay. And it's so cool because there are pictures everywhere. Well, yeah, Bill Barr's even in that one. Yeah. There's a lot in here. If I hold the pictures up, I might get in trouble, but well, here's a famous one that's all over the internet, right? All the Epstein pictures, right? And then this one's really good. House of Trump, House of Putin. And the photos in there are fantastic. Like, remember those 3 that were right in the Oval Office as soon as Trump got sworn in the first time? Can't remember their names, but no, I'm not even going to go there. I'm going to focus on this question here. what is the current status of relationship between felon 45, the impaired Donald Dimwit, Don the Con, and the little guy in Russia. They're still helpfully aligned. They're still friends. There might be some going back and forth over details about certain things. And until one of them dies, they're always going to be talking back and forth. It went in the other order, of course, because I'm backwards here. Mirror image. But anyway, yeah, no, they're still friends. They're still friends. They're still talking. Yeah, there might even be a woman who's the go-between sometimes, translating or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, it's all a big, I think, what would you say? A rusky ruse that they're fighting or they're whatever. Trump does not care. He doesn't give one iota of anything towards Ukraine. It's all a big show. Okay, Jeanette. Will Canada force Mango Mussolini? There's another good name. I love all the names you guys were giving me last time. Give me some more. I know that, excuse me, Taco will be in the new names, right? Will Canada force Mango Mussolini to apply for a special permit due to his being a convicted felon to attend the G7 Congress? Okay. Let's see, is that going to happen? Will Canada force Dumpy to get a special permit? That possibly is in the works. That's a real possibility. They are literally feeling. Dang it! If I could just here, I'll just do it this way. I'll just hold them up because I'm tired of them being in the wrong. So, okay, this would be plans and intention. That is wise and intensive plans or well-intended plans. A better way to sum it up. Something with their honor and reputation being abused by him, and this would be literally like analyzing all the data and here's the legal document, you got to do that, but then there's the obstacle for him to get there because he's guilty as fuck, and did I say that out loud? Shit. Okay, I did it again. But for him to go and come back, the storks, they come back and forth between the nest. This would be, to have the book and the letter come through in once. And then here would be the document to get into the country, to get into the foreign country. I mean, you guys are just neighbors. You feel like a foreign country to me, but it is. And I bet you're glad you're not America right now. Right? So I think there's a good chance of that. Okay. Antoinette's granddaughter. What is going to happen? Use a different deck here. What is going to happen to the U.S. economy when Japan drops our bonds on the market? Yep. I know. I mean, Moody's dropped us down. I mean, we have a pretty bad credit rating right now because wasn't it what was the other one before Moody's? We've gotten dinged twice already. Yeah, he's pissing everybody off, isn't he? That's what happens when you're toddler. He's like the 2-year-old that's still throwing tantrums. Okay. Actually, I love toddlers. And I don't mind when they throw tantrums because, they're just expressing how dang frustrating it is. And, every 2 years, we all get a Mars return. So there's that 2-year-old and then the 4-year-old and the 6-year-old. And at 7, we get a Saturn quarter return. I mean, a square, Saturn square, Saturn. There's, it's always found in astrology. It just is. All right. So what is going to happen to our economy when, you know what? Hold on. Let me figure out first. Will Japan drop our bonds on the market? Let me ask that first. I have a little yes or no deck here. Will Japan, because if it's a no, then will Japan dump our bonds on the market? Oh, God. Well, I mean, I've got a yes and a no, so let me keep going with the other deck real quick. How's this going to go? How's our you? Oh, let's just do it this way. How will, in the future, let me go through well beyond the midterms. Because it's so weird. Like they keep saying that, well, that's not weird. They're saying there's a lot that are, because our economy is so good that it gets kind of absorbed. But let's see. Let's check it out for the next 2 years. Right there. It's dangerous for 45. It's dangerous for people who are needing extra care. I do not like that at all, especially because it's about health. It's dangerous with health care. But the malignant, psychopathic, narcissistic predator will be seen as the one who's committed to the insanity there. It's going to minimize some things for the elderly. I'm seeing like nursing home problems here. Oh God. Oh, that is going to just be so awful. Okay, then we have legal problems and changes with things that support children. And here's our commerce card. That's the reason I was using this deck, because this is the card of commerce with overseas foreign countries. So here we are with the tariffs, and there are complications because of, abundant, complicating things that could be very abundant. Things are a little risky. Risky decisions. People don't know what to do. And the important thing is that Trump is just grifting. There will be a solution over the grifter eventually, though. This could be after. I'm getting the feeling here of the lunar eclipse, the first one. Hold on, I'll give you an exact date because that's when something's going to end. Oh yeah, something's going to end and hit the books. Hold on, let me give you the date there. Let's see. September 7th, the lunar eclipse will be at 15 degrees of Pisces. In his 8th house of other people's resources and support. So that's not going to be good for him. And then the solar eclipse is September 21st at 29 degrees of Virgo. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's the process. Will anybody remember that I did this big long ass reading on that? Oh no, somebody else come in. There's 666 here right now. Please, one more come in. I'm just kidding. It really just adds up to a 18 and a 9. Okay. Pegasus. Hey, Pegasus. Hello. Let me use the tarot for this one. Will Susie Wiles become a whistleblower? Susie Wiles should be she's a Taurus, so she would be a Queen of Pentacles. Will she eventually become a whistleblower? Yay, 679. Thank you. Thank you for all the new ones came in. I'm just kidding. No, actually, I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Okay, Susie Wiles. You get tuned into her. She's a different kind of a Taurus. I mean, I always feel a lot of the air quality, but she is a sun sign Taurus. So. Okay, Susie Wiles. Will she become a whistleblower? What will she do in relationship to Dumpy right there? Well, I think she's satisfied where she is now. But her challenge with him is the fact that things are going in different directions because reading this reversed, it's like that's not good. Now there's our moon in Taurus. She doesn't like the direction. This might have to do with the tariffs. I'm thinking that's the challenge card. At the base of the reading, yeah, she wants to cut a bitch. In the past, she's in this place of seeing offers come in and go. Okay, like she knows stuff. She knows a lot. And what's hanging, I move my keyboard there. What's hanging over her is the plans to work with other people. Like she knows the dark money that's going on in the background too, that's being paid. In the near future, I don't think she's going to be absolving him of anything. I think there's going to be judgment, and I don't think she's going to want to be a part of it. And then internally, she's like, uh-oh, what am I going to get out of this one? Why did I even get in there? Externally, she's going to want to just run away and drink is what I'm getting. But she's going to be seen maybe as one of the women that brings in big change for him. And it ends with a major legal situation, and it definitely has to do with money that he's taken in. Might have to do with the pills he takes every day. Yeah, and she's gonna do her best to just like walk away, but she's got news about it. So okay, let me see what was on the bottom. I don't have the whistleblower card though. I didn't get either one of the whistleblower cards. Yeah, no. She says take a stand. She's tired of getting up in the morning and forgetting she doesn't have the right shoes on. She's tired of having to defend herself. That's what I'm getting there, or defend him in his greed. And he has Mickey D's and Diet Coke all the time. Probably tired of smelling that and him. Okay, Bitchy Witch is Dump receiving money from, I think I'll go with this deck, receiving money for human trafficking. So because he's part of the transnational money laundering, you know what? I'll use Kipper. Because he is part of the transnational money laundering crime syndicate, to quote Sarah Kendzior, who's written books on it, I would think, just using my logical brain, that the answer is yes. But let's look at it from a different angle. Let's get a bigger picture here. What is he doing? Okay, just line them up for me. I'm not going to do a 9 bot. I'm talking to my guides. Okay, right there. No! Oh, I have to start over. This deck is slippery. Okay, sorry about that. At least I didn't drop the whole thing on the floor. Okay, tell me when. I'm hearing yes, 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 yes. Why are you even shuffling? I want to get the backstory, okay? Can I have the backstory, please? Okay. So this is a lot of support that he has. But at some point, there might be subpoenas and there might be, I feel like these are men like pulling the strings that make a lot of other people sad. They are in bed together. This is like a partnership pact. They're all very loyal with each other. They have a strategy that actually steals people who can't make a living, who are just having a really hard time. And then women who can give birth and have quick lie downs, young women who give the gift. You catch my drift. But that discovery is going to come out, and then maybe there's a discovery because there are a lot of because this is our card for pregnancy, and this maybe a large community of people bring out the information. They've been working behind the scenes and investigating. Hold on, investigating, and but the masses, the amount of fortune that goes through. There's a website called ICIJ. It's the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists, and they're the ones that publish so it's like from all over the world, and I think 17 countries. Anyway, they have published the Panama Papers, Paradise Papers. There was another one I'm missing, another one with the P. But if you go to their website, you can view everything that they've published, and you can get on their newsletter if you want. Okay, Peggy wants to know, has DOGE been funneling U.S. money to Putin? Has there been money that's gone from DOGE to Putin for any reason? She's asking about the war in Ukraine, but I'm going to say for any reason. Has money left our U.S. coffers? I don't know if I could say treasury. Have they made through DOGE actual cash money payments or monies at all? I know data. There was 10 terabytes of data that went up to Russia. Remember those two whistleblowers? But did they actually? Did money go to Putin? Okay. No. We have repeated work to investigate and analyze the data and block it. So no, nada. Not with this coming before the fish card, which would be the money. It's like no dinero there. Whew, that's good to know. God. Okay, this one I had the question, will the budget reconciliation bill, will it wind up giving Felon 45 protection against contempt charges? Are they going to try to sneak that in the back end or somewhere hidden in the text? Will they do that? Will it pass? Because I think it's already in there. I'm pretty sure it's already in there. But will it pass with that contempt protection in there? He's really sucking it with the judges are coming down on him in so many different ways. I'm going to call him from now on the delayed and impaired Donald Dimwit. And he's pissed. Psychopaths don't like being told no. They don't like not getting what they want. That's why he's doing all the stupid pardons, because he's just got to release the energy somewhere. Okay, well, I think I've shoveled long enough. Right there. Let's see. Well, this could be a gift from all three branches of government. That's a transactional piece of something small, but then there's something cut though. Maybe it has something in there like cutting away the SNAP money, because we've got the fish card before, so there's the money cut that has to do with children. But it's seen. There's something seen. I'm imagining that the Democrats have got their eyes all over it, and then no, again, the no dinero there. So I don't think it's going to go through. I don't have the mountain though. Let's see, what's at the bottom? Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait on that. I have a feeling it's. I thought last week it was going to resolve right away, but then after the news, I think I was wrong on that last week, and it's probably going to take some time. They wanted it passed, though. I mean, they were in there at 1 and 3 in the morning on 2 separate days trying to get things passed. Yeah. No, I think there's something about too much of a burden on protection. With the bear there, with protection. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Okay, I want to keep an eye on that though. Anyway. Okay, Mary wanted to know our Vajanky. I always called them Vajanky. Are Jared and Ivanka involved in the felon's current regime behind the scenes? Oh, I have to do this separate. Let me ask if Jared is. Is Jared, and then I'll do her separate. Is Jared involved behind the scenes helping Trump? Pretty sure they're helping with the what's this, the Trump Tower they're trying to get in, is it Qatar or Dubai or both? Anyway, Jared right there. There's a minimal effort in the family. The houses are card for family, and this is the mice is a minimal effort, minimal work, eating away at the family. The coffin is no, because it's too complicated, and there's betrayal. There's betrayal because of the abuse. I don't think they want to have anything to do with it. Now here's Ivanka's card, and she's not liking anything that would come out on social media. I don't know that she even liked. She's having trouble with her dad in his old age. This is his old age, and things are wrong between the two of them. things are wrong. There's something wrong. Yeah, maybe even since because I know she was pissed at him after January 6th. So okay, let me get to Suzanne. Oh, when is Kamala coming back? Okay. I know she's been out a bit, but she's been trying to, she's thinking, I hate saying this because, but she's trying to decide whether or not to run for governor of California. If she does, that goes from 2026 to, for 4 years. It's a 4-year term. But let's see. What's going on with Kamala? When will she come back into the limelight, and what will be her decision? Is she going to run for president again, or be brought back in because there's a miracle of some type? Let's see. Kamala. Okay. Well, let's see. On one level, there's a flow and a financial consideration of with the letter. There's a lot of financial considerations and like how to get it done even, and I think she's trying to minimize any abuse. Sometimes she's a prosecutor, right? She's a prosecutor at heart. So she's trying to bring things around in a legal way where then she could minimize the abuse and have protection. But right now she's in delay. There's a delay going on. There's an obstacle. And it's possible if there are financial obstacles. I mean, I know you guys think we would all think, oh my goodness, well, they brought in $1 billion. Well, she didn't get to keep that money herself. That all went through the DNC, and that's on them. I think. If I'm wrong about that, you guys educate me. So, yeah, there's the delays, and then there's movement after examining the risks and rewards and good fortune. But I don't know. I mean, there's something about a decision to just kind of move on. Yeah, let me see. Let me just go in for the timing now. When will we know something? When will we know if she's going to run for president again or actually get in the governor's race in California? Or something else? When? Okay. Huh. Yeah, she's feeling really betrayed. With the snake, I mean, it could be 7 weeks from now, but it's like a winding kind of a timeline where you have to just be persistent and try to get around the detours. And here's our card for the election. And then I have the tree. So this is something that takes a long time, but it's with timing at 6 to 12 months. She doesn't have that much time. If she decides she's going to run for governor of California, she would have to start this summer. So that could be something that's like 7 days or 7 weeks in there. Yeah. Okay, that's the best I can do right now on that one. Let's see. Let me get back over here to you guys. This one. Hi, Marie. Oh, Donna. Hey, Donna. Oh, okay. So let's quit this question here. Let me slide this over. Thank you for becoming a member. So appreciate it. Yeah, for just friends, it's only $5 a month. Okay, so the Pope will be in Illinois. Our new Pope will be in Pope Leo will be in Illinois giving a mass on June 14th. Interesting pick of days. Yeah, let's see how that goes. Let me look. Actually, this deck's good. How is that going to go? How will his mass be on June 14th? Pope Leo. Oh, Taurus, I see your question there real quick. I can add that. Pope Leo, how will your mass go? I'm sure he's going to be received well, but how will it go? Okay, right there. It's going to bring something full circle. His reputation and his honor and his strength will be seen. People are going to write a lot about it. A lot. A lot. And it's going to create some recovery for people. It will invite more people in. I think it's going to help somehow with the health of the institution itself. And but for him, he might be talking about, because with the letter there, that's the information will go out and be spread. And here we have the snake being he may talk about feeling and being betrayed, like the fact that Trump is betraying all the best of what a human being is, right? And he's going to put some guilt out there. I mean, that's what they do, right? But it's going on Trump. Yeah. Okay. If I kept going, it looks like the wisdom of his heart will come through. So, okay. Taurus is wondering, why is Anonymous waiting? So, Anonymous, well, let me use this deck here. Why is Anonymous waiting? That's a really good question. Why is Anonymous waiting? And what do they actually really have to share? Well, why are they waiting? Yeah, good question. Because when it comes to timing, the key card is now. So trying to get more people to be coming from all different directions. I don't know. There's kind of detours, complications. There could be lies and things about that. I don't know. Are they really grounded? Are they really grounded in something? I mean, because the tree sometimes, especially when it's next to a dark card, this can be something that, you think of like a big oak tree or just a giant, like the big trees have a taproot that goes down and they do take up all the water from things around them. So this is kind of like maybe sucking up all the juice it can. Because like, why wait? If you've got something to share it, share it. You doesn't have to be 34 days or 38 days or but there's obfuscation and subterfuge here. Like this is that's not a good card. And then here we are with social media, and there's, just little bits of stealing here and there when it comes to money. I don't know. A lot of you guys are probably gonna get pissed at me, but it kind of triggers my BS meter and clickbait meter and, all that. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Foggy. That's what I feel like, that sensationalism thing, right? Like, because I only listened to one and I didn't even make it through to the 9 minutes because there was too much repetition and I don't know. Yeah. 38 days, 2 hours, 1 minute. Yeah. 30 seconds. Too long. Right. No. Oh, goodness. So, okay, let's do some affirmation cards for you guys for this next week. So we had our new moon. The intentions have been set, and we're working towards the full moon. Hold on, let me give you a date and time on that because I screwed up last time and forgot to tell you. I think I forgot to tell you about the new moon. So the next full moon, oh yeah, how could I forget? It's on Trump's South Node and moon. He was born on a full moon eclipse, really close to, within a degree, 2 degrees or so. Anyway, it comes in at 20 degrees of Sag, 20 degrees 39 minutes on June 11th, 3:44 a.m. Eastern time. Okay. So we're working towards that full moon with our intentions. Thank you, Fran. So let's see the best we can do with our intentions, manifesting our energy, putting our energy out there, our actions, our work, our heartfelt prayers, what's the best we can do? What's the best we can do, or how to best be the most powerful between now and the next full moon. Hey, Nikki. I love your comments. The tangerine moon. That's a great one. Ovi Ivo. That's great. Okay, right there. So I choose to nourish myself and enrich my life. Yeah, that's great. Focus. We really do need to focus on ourselves. I think we got this one last week or the week before. I have power. It is real. And it's the full moon. This is for the full moon. Wow. That's the thing. We forget how powerful we are, that we are like little walking pieces of God that has the same power, or if you want to just call it the forces of love or the universal forces of light or universal light, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't have to be God if that makes you feel like it's into some kind of religion. But yeah, just remember that you have that same power to create within you. Okay. I know myself deeply and find myself worthy. And this is an eclipse card. So between now and September, what was that date I gave you before? Hold on. September 7th. Yeah, focus on this. You're worthy of having everything that you want, that you need, more than what you need, and just about everything that you want. Okay. And then last one is, dark moon. I let go. Dark moon is new moon, isn't it? Kind of, right? I let go. I release. I am within perfect possibility. Okay. So releasing the any false beliefs that could hold you back. Yeah. Yeah, OV, I love that. All bits of energy we are. Yeah. Well, it's actually energy and consciousness. The divine masculine is the consciousness that decides, put it out there. You've got words, you have actions, movement. The divine feminine is the energy that holds space for that consciousness to actually have what it needs or have what it wants. Yeah. Okay. So, okay. Well, I'm done. Thank you so much. Take good care. Bye.